Hi, and welcome to another edition of Lee's Thoughts. And today, a vendor has sent me another free product. This is a paid review. Let's get straight to it. This is awesome. We are full-time RVers, and I have a tankless water heater. I'll show you at least the basic steps of what I had to do to get this installed in my Ozark 1800 QS travel trailer. Let's do it, shall we? Let's get right to it. So the first thing, I'm not going to put this on. I'm just going to talk to this. I'm not going to show it because if you're an RVer and you're doing this, I know you know how to do this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the power off to my hot water heater. There's a breaker, but there's also this. Everybody has a switch to their hot water heater. Turn that off, and I'm also going to turn off the propane. So make sure that you do both of those things. Turn off the propane at the tank, and turn off your breaker, and turn off the switch, your water heater switch, before you start. So no power, no gas. Well, let's start from there, shall we? All right, I'm back. I've turned off my power and I've turned off my gas. So now we're ready to go forward. So let's open this box and see what we got inside, shall we? So first thing I got here is I've got some screws and a gas fitting. And very tight fitting, really good packaging. I'm gonna outside metal door, very nice, good quality. It's not your plastic crappy door. It's a very nice outer door, and I believe this is exactly the way it's going to slide in. By the way, I have read the instructions. I have watched a couple of videos also. There's lots of videos on how to install these. It's very, very almost too simple. It's a control panel to hook up right here. Or just that simple. Here's your control wire, so you can put this control panel somewhere where you would like to put it, maybe, where you could control so that you can get to it. You know what I'm saying? So you can get to it to adjust your temperature of the water and things like that. So you don't have to, stand on your head to control the temperature of your water. And it gives you ample wire here to run this to somewhere that would be convenient. And then you have your power, DC power, black and red. You have your gas inlet, water outlet, and water inlet. Those are your only few things you have to hook up. So the next step we have to do is we have to take the old water heater out. All right, so we've got those off. Take your door off and chuck it. At this point in time, we can disconnect our gas and we can disconnect our power. So I've disconnected my my hot wire here. Now we just got to disconnect this gas, which might be easier said than done. There we go. Just have to loosen this up and continue loosening that up until you get it out. So now we're going to drain that tank. I almost forgot that we need to drain this tank, otherwise it's going to leak water all over the place. So you just pull this cathode out. Ooh, it was time to change that anyway. Pretty nasty. So here's a reminder, always change your cathode every year or so. That was definitely ready to be changed. But don't need to worry about it now because I am changing the hot water heater. Connect the hot and the cold inlets, and we'll be in business. We can remove this unit. We've got it completely disconnected now, so we can just pull this hot water heater away, and we are completely ready to install. So now we just need to set up this control panel and just connect it up to the back. We are just going to go ahead and set this up. It's just a matter of hooking up the two wires. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it in the compartment back there. I'm not actually going to mount it in the trailer anywhere. I'm going to just put it in the compartment back there where it's not going to slide around very much. I might put some Velcro on the back. So we're just going to hook up these two wires right here to these two wires here. And that really is all to it. All there is to it is hooking up the two wire nuts and taping it. So you can see I've hooked them up. I have covered them up with electrical tape, just so for that anti-shake variety, just because in trailers things shake around a little bit. But that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to put it. So now we're going to hook up the red and the black. And so that some trailers will have a blue wire too, just to hook up your red and the black. Tape those up after your wire nuts for vibration. So now I had a male to male connection. So I had to go to the plumbing store and get a jumper just like this. So it had 2 females on each end. So that just allows me to hook up the water heater, male to male, female to female. Putting some plumber's putty on all of my connections here. That allows it to be disconnected one day too, very easily, and makes it set so we're all sealed up here. Now we're going to put that gas nipple down here on the gas connection. Put that on and get it good and tight. And always make sure you check your gas connections with a little soapy water when you're all done. Now connect that gas hose up. Of course, put your more plumber's putty on there. Hook it up. Good and tight. And now we're going to hook up to the supply side and hook it up to the trailer. Now it's time to test. Let's turn this puppy on. Hook it up. Let's turn it to 120 degrees. And let's go into the trailer and turn that water on. There we go. Oh, it's already at 101, 100 degrees, 101, 103, 110. Boy, it's fast. And we are just screaming up there. 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 degrees. There we go, folks. The test is good. Now I have decided to not mount my controller externally. I'm going to put it right inside with my water heater. So all I've decided to do is just take this and put a command strip on the back of it and mount it to the floor right here. Now we're going to clean this garbage off here as good as we can. We're going to take butyl tape, 1-inch butyl tape, and put that all the way around the outside of on the camper door, on the camper side. Put it all the way around. Just want to make sure that that butyl tape makes a good seal on the uneven edges. Peel your tape off. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach this door to the water heater itself with the provided screws. On and the rest of them should go in pretty easy. And we just keep. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're putting these screws in, and if you're using an electric screwdriver, don't go too far because you will strip these screws out. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to carefully lift a little bit and push this against that butyl tape. You want to lift it a little bit. That butyl tape is sticky and it will hold it. And you want these screws here are the screws that you took out of your original water heater. And you want to get one of those in there as soon as you can. All right, well that is in there very firmly. Very nice. So now, last step of the deal. Put your door on. There you go, folks. Hard to do this one-handed. Oh, there we go. We have it set at 111 or 112 degrees. Boom. That was probably about 10 or 15 seconds.